Welcome to Focus on Family. I'm Cathy McCarthy, and I'm back again with Kim Kasparian for part 4 of our series on creating the life that you love. It's been awesome, these last 3 series that we've done, and tonight we're going to be talking about money. So welcome back, Kim Kasparian, to our show. Thank you for being here again.
Excited to be here.
So this show is about money.
Money. It's all about the money,
all
honey.
About the show me the money.
Show me the money.
I'll only be happy if I had enough money. How many times do you hear that? If you had a nickel for every time you heard that?
Oh my God, I'd be
richer.
I'd be richer than Bill Gates if I had a nickel for every time I've met with a prospective client, and I said, "What's icking on your wow, Kim? If I could only make more money, my life would be different." That in a relationship, if I only had the perfect partner, and
so perfect partner,
perfect
and all the
partner,
money,
and all the money, you'd be fine.
And life is perfect.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, I've been with no money, and I've had a lot of money, and I've been alone, and I'm happily married. And I tell my clients, I promise you, even though you're not going to believe me until you experience it for yourself, money does not make life better. That special someone does not make life better. It offers you more comfort to show up to what is icking on your wow, but it doesn't necessarily make everything magically okay. Money is one of my favorite topics because I like money, but it's the most misunderstood. And most people who are educated or trained or oriented in goal setting and success equate money with being a success. Which is great because money is a marker. Money isn't you can measure money, you can touch money, but what happens when the only benchmark for success is money, when you lose it, when something happens to it, what happens is everyone's self-worth and self-value goes down, and when you start measuring yourself by your checkbook or the lack of zeros in your business account or personal account, that's where the problems come in. I love my dad is doesn't say a lot, he talks a lot, jokes, but when he says something of value, it's like a priceless gem. And I can remember when I was working for the money and stressing about the money and sacrificing myself about the money. And he says, Kim, I remember I was in a job at the time, and he's like, you're talking about this job like a bad marriage. And he goes, sanity has its price. And he goes, if it's all about the money and you sound and look like this, and I was making good money. And he's like, is it really worth it? So I remember that was a good piece of advice. He goes, and another thing that my grandfather taught me when I was getting all wrapped up in, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I should be. He's like, Kim, remember one thing. You came into this world naked, you're going out naked.
I like that.
You're not bringing it with you.
Right.
So, if you're not happy here, you're not going to be happy wherever you're going.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay. So at the same time, money does make the world go round. Try to do it in this society, without it. I like to equate money 2 ways, because everyone's a different way. Either money is like a lover or spouse or your best friend, that personal, intimate relationship, or money is like a child. Think about how you would show up to your best friend, your beloved spouse, a lover, that intimate, special someone. If you didn't show up to them every day and nurture that relationship and get to know what they liked, what they didn't, and keep yourself with the way you do and keep your relationship the way it is, would you still have that relationship?
No.
Okay, so you got that, right?
With money, yeah.
Now, for people saying, okay, Kim, too many issues there, okay. Think of money like a children, because I say money is like children. They all like to hang around together. They all can create, they can be heaven or hell on earth. And when they're not there, you miss them. And when they're there, they're a lot of freaking work, right? So if you think of your bank account, or your bank account is the daycare center, right? And the way you manage your money, the whole management system that you have or don't have. And you are the daycare provider, you're the director. Would you be getting the Child Care of the Year award, or would somebody be calling DCYF on you?
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So just that question will tell you, oh, okay, Kim, yeah, I got your point. So just like we would never allow our children to be neglected or, God forbid, abused, because they need things. They need a certain environment. They need certain attention. They need to be fed regularly. Their diapers need to be changed. There's a lot of work that goes into that. If you are not treating your money with the same love and attention that you do your children, why are you surprised you don't have it? Okay? Or, okay, my money's locked up nice and tight. Okay, like, I know where my money is. I know it's 10 o'clock. I know where my dollar. Okay, I know where my children are. I know where my money is.
But it's kind of neglected.
Or you never let it out. Like, some people like to save and hoard. They pinch every penny.
Right.
If you never let your children go out and experience the world, if you never let them out of the house, how are they going to be a productive member of society, right, and function on its own? The neat thing about money in my world is that the cool thing about it is it doesn't take 30 years to raise. It can work for you in a lot less time, and it takes care of you faster and better than any child of your own ever could. But it has needs. What are those needs? Money needs to be, the only two things money wants is to be respected and be trusted. That's all money needs. Money wants to work for you. Money wants to take care of you. And money knows how to attract money. I kind of, even if you have $1, so people think, well, when I have money, I challenge them on this all the time. When they come to me with a money issue, when I have money, I'll change. I go, you need to make these changes. Well, I'll make those changes, Kim, when I get the money. Like, it doesn't work that way. If you cannot manage a dime, you'll never be able to manage $1. And we've all heard of this. Oprah, you know, God bless Oprah. I'm dating myself. Phil Donahue, Maury Povich. They've all done series on people, poor people who've won the lottery. You know, they go from rags to riches. And where are they a year later? And they, oh, Maury, yeah, I didn't know how to manage it. I made bad decisions, or I spent it. And now I'm even broker than I was before I won the lottery. If you desire and or require larger amounts of money, and you want to enjoy money and all the things that money can afford you, you need to be willing to be a good steward. The word steward. If you don't know what a steward is, look it up. I use that word purposely. A steward is a caretaker, okay? You need to be a caretaker of that money and give that money the trust and respect it needs to go out and attract other money. What I love about money is it doesn't take a lot of it to create itself. If you put $1 or 2 quarters in a space, whether it's an account, whether it's your money jar, it has its own language. It starts to talk to each other. And if you, it does. I have a thing I'm going to create called duck management. It's like money's like ducks. You know, it's like they all fly over, but like little air traffic controllers. If you tell the ducks where to go, they fly in. If you don't, they get other ideas, they go to someone else's pond. So you create a money magnet, whether it's $1, whether it's $1,000, whatever you have, you put it in a CD or a jar or your drawer. I always tell everyone to draw to start with. And it's your money magnet, and it's where that money intention is to talk to other money. And what you find is, if you're showing respect to that $1, $1,000, whatever, money seems to talk to each other and said, hey, you know what, I got a good situation here. They take care of me, they show up to me, they respect me. I think you should come hang out with me in this pond. And you find money start showing up to you, whether it's you find money on the street, you get a bonus at work, you get an inheritance. All of a sudden, all you see is opportunities to make money. Another thing that people don't know about money, and because of my little savers, all my little savers and my hoarders, or you're afraid to spend, or should I spend it or not? And I love my savers, but I'm going to get killed for this. But savers have a scarcity mentality. Right. Okay. I have family members who are great savers and grew up in the Depression, but here's the deal: if money is to grow, it has to flow. It has to circulate. Okay. One of my other genie-isms is money's like a shark. My sharks make me scare me a bit. But most people know that sharks actually never stop swimming, even when they're sleeping, because they can't. If they stop swimming, they're dead. They can't. That's the way their circulatory system works. Money always needs to be in circulation. But when we're scared, we hold back, and we don't put it out there. If your money doesn't go out, it can't come in. Now the spenders are saying, yay, well, wait a minute. If you're always spending and you can't get it in fast enough, you lose your money magnet. You know, it's like your money, you never leave your wallet empty, even if you have a dollar tucked in the magic dollar.
Yeah.
Or something, because the minute there's zero times 20 is still zero.
Mm-hmm.
0 times infinity is still 0. Even if you have a dollar, you have something. That dollar can be duplicated. So it's really important to understand the importance of keeping money with you, but also letting money flow and circulate. So I can give you specific tips, but you have to understand that about money. And
so there's a balance between saving.
Ask and receive.
Okay.
Ask and receive. You don't ask, you can't get nothing. If you don't receive nothing, you have nothing to give. So it's like this. So I'll give you an example. A very dear friend of mine, have been more years than I can't count, but I remember back in the day, professional organizer, very well-known professional organizer. And she was saying, Kim, money is so tight right now. And she was like really stressed out about money. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. And she's like, what can I do? You're the genius of the genies. And I said, okay, you really want money? She's like, yeah, I do. I said, you need to give money away. She's like, what? Have you not been listening to me? She's like, Kim, what? I said, she's, I give away my time. I volunteer. I said, that's why you're so good at it. I pay you to organize me and time. I said, because you give it away, so you have all this. She's like, but I said, Anita, I said, do this for me. And she's like, this. I said, this is your problem. Your hands are closed. You're so gripping, and it's not even enough, so it's not going to save you. And here I am, the universe, and I took money out, and I said, I want to put it in your hands. And I go, okay, she goes, give it to me. I said, where? I said, you're holding on to that dollar. I can't give you all this. And she goes, oh. I said, the way money works is you have to open your hand, but it'll go away. I said, I know, it has to go away. It has to go, and you have to feel the void. And what you don't realize about money, it's the same thing as success in every area of your life. The universe abhors a vacuum. Because you let it go, there's a room for more, and then it puts because you don't want that. It's not, you're saying this isn't enough. I don't want it. Okay, take it away so you can have what you need. I said, I'm not asking you to give away $10,000.
Now, when you say give it away, what do you,
She was so scared about the money that she wasn't spending. She was like this. I said, go give away $1. I said, I know money's tight, but you've got $1 in your purse. Mm-hmm. I go give $1. I don't care if it's a homeless person. You go give it to church, somewhere where you could it's not going to ever benefit you. I said, just go and just do that, for 7 days, and just watch what happens. And I said, no giving time, because she used to barter and volunteering. I said, that's not it. That's why you're so known to help all of us with our issues with time. You need to give away money, because right now you're not letting your money flow, so it can't grow. She walks around, it's been many years later, she's like, and she was, Kim, I opened my hand and money came. And clients are coming. And she was like, oh my God, this is it blew her mind. And she's a dear mentor. She was one of my mentors in a very difficult time in my life. And she tells people, I've never forgotten what Kim told me. When you need money, open your hands. Mm-hmm. But that's counterintuitive to how we feel.
Right.
And so for people who are going, okay, I don't get it. Here's the deal. It's not all selfless and spiritual and Mother Teresa God bless Mother Teresa. It's about because the only reason why you would give that money away, all my little Grinches out there, okay, is because you believe and trust that it's going to come back with 10 of its friends. That's the whole thing. When you put money out there, it comes back with 10 of its friends. If you did not believe or trust that, why would you give away your last dollar? Right. So it's not so much of oh, here you go. It's you're putting it out there. Think of it like a fishing rod.
Now, what about the intention behind it? Are you giving it out because you know you're going to get 10 in? What kind of energy do you create around that?
You're giving it out because you trust that you have enough to give.
So that's the intention behind is trust that you're going to give because you're going to receive.
Well, it's how givers gain. If you cannot receive what you don't have, remember this, money, you cannot receive what you don't have. So if you keep on telling yourself, I don't have money, okay, you're never going to have money. Mm-hmm. I don't have enough money. I can tell you, I've made like, I've had experiences where I've had no money, like no money coming in. And I've had the experience of making, 6, 7 figures a month. I can tell you, when I've gotten that $50,000 a month check, which was like, whoa, okay, I remember one of my first times I've got my first highest month ever was like $50,000 a month at that time. The minute I got it in my hands, and I'm like, oh, I've never done this before. I'm like, wow, like, whoa. And immediately my mind went to, well, that's not enough. It's more money than I made in a year. And I'm like, how? The first year I made $100,000. I didn't understand how people can go broke. And then I'm like, where's the money? So, and I had that problem when I was a kid, making only $200 a week. When I was a college student and a young person making $2,000 a month. And then here I am making $50,000 a month, more than I've ever made in my life, and it's still not enough. So it's not about the money. It's about the relationship. And then when I did the work that I'm sharing with everybody, I realized I don't trust money. And I did the lineage of where that came from. Where did I learn not to trust money? I like money, but I don't trust money. Okay, well, why do you have is it a surprise that you have an issue with money? Because what are the two things money requires? Trust and respect. And then there were times in my life where I didn't respect the money. How do you respect money, right? I'm probably thinking, how do you respect money? Respect what you have. So let's say, Kim, I only got $2. Okay. Go into your wallet. Susie Orman's talked about this. It's true. She always says I can tell if somebody who has money doesn't by the way they carry their wallet or how they carry their purse. If your money's all scrunched up, if you stuff money in pockets and you don't know where your money is, you don't respect money. Money won't respect you. Take your dollars, flatten them all out. Make sure they're all facing the right way. Make sure they're in whatever purse or wallet you used, they're all in there. That you know, if I ask you at any given time how much is in your wallet, do you know? If I ask you where your children are, you know. If I ask you how much money you have in your wallet, you don't know. I ask my clients, how much money do you have in the bank? I don't know. Why don't you know? Those are like 1,000, 20,000 children. You telling me you don't?
You have no idea where they are.
Like your children are home. You don't know where they are. Oh, I know. I always know where my children are. Like, that's right.
10
well, what?
p.m., where's your money?
Right, exactly. So balancing your checkbook to the penny, knowing at any given day, because the bank can make a mistake, they can make an honest mistake. Your bills, are they all over the place? Or do they have, and I'm not the most organized person, and I'm a creative, so I have baskets for everything. You'll never see everything, lined up, but they're in one basket, they're in one place. If I need to pay my bill, I know where it is. If I get my deposits, because I run my business, I have one place, it's a basket that I know. I might not know what's in there, but I know it's there. Fun. We talked in the last series, fun. Many people who have money issues don't spend money on themselves. They'll spend money on everyone else.
Right.
They'll focus on the basics, but they don't allow themselves what you might call the luxuries. Okay, whatever luxury is to you. I said earlier when we started the program, money deeply desires to serve you, deeply desires to take care of you, and give you the comfort and the experiences that you desired to experience before you left this earth. If you don't allow it in, you're not allowing it to serve you. So through my own studies and mentors, T. Harv Eker, he was the author of Millionaire Mindset, helped me a lot with my issues with money. Because since I was a kid, I made a lot of money. Keeping money, different story. So I found what my dysfunctional relationship was to money, and so he helped me do that. And he taught, and at the time we had just been embezzled for millions of dollars, so all my money was gone, and it was a horrible time. He said, I don't care if you have $10 or you have $10 million. You need to learn how to play rich. So he gave us an exercise to do. He goes, from now on, he goes, when you go to a restaurant, he goes, mostly people go with where they can afford. He goes, I want you to go to the most expensive restaurant that in your neighborhood, whatever has the food that you like. And if you only have $10, go to the bar and buy a drink and sit in that chair and feel what it's like to be in a high class, nice restaurant. Or if you got $20, buy a dessert. Or share a dessert, I don't care. And he goes, learn to feel comfortable around opulence. He goes, if you have you want to rent a boat, he goes, don't rent the dingy boat for the day. He goes, rent the big boat for a half an hour and learn and get comfortable what it's like.
Right.
He goes, go to the fancy restaurant, order chicken. I don't care. But he goes, once you start thinking you can't have, he goes, you've lost it.
Right. When you think it's for other people and not for you.
Not for you. What are you doing? You're
Right.
saying, oh, pass me by. Oh, money, yeah, great, keep on going. So, and at that time, I was really, my beliefs were challenged about a lot of things. And, I had what I had, I didn't have what I had, and I didn't have a lot. But what I love about that time, because he helped me remember what I always knew, is that the great thing about money is there's always enough. And people want to go, really? Yes, there's enough money. Believe me, guys, even if you don't understand what I'm about to say, because the news, we're always hearing there's not enough money. There's enough money.
Well, their marriage ends because of money issues.
Relationships end. Lives, people, the Depression of 1929, people killed themselves because their bank account went down to zero. Stress about money. I work with a lot of people who have issues around money, because that's the pain that people come to me. Something changed about their money. Either they don't know how to handle the money they have, their money went away. And I can remember very dear, now she's become a friend, she was a client, she's a graduate of our programs. She called me, she lost her job. And she's the most positive, happy-go-lucky. She was literally beside herself with grief and ready. I didn't know if I had to take her to the hospital, because I'm like, I've never seen you like this, what's going on? And this is beyond coaching. And she was just bereft. And I'm like, did your husband pass away? What happened? And it was all about money. She goes, I can't, I'm no good, I have no value, I can't. And I'm like, this is about money? Like, no one's dead? No one's on fire? No. And I said to her, just breathe. And we got her to calm down. And I said, okay, we're going to deal with this, but I have a question for you. You're telling me you're ready to, and she was really telling me, Kim, I think I'm better off dead.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this is how that,
Yeah.
okay. Anybody says it's dramatic. For her, it was like, what happened? I said, okay, so you're telling me we're about to off ourselves for green pieces of paper with the faces of dead presidents on them. And she went, what? I said, that's what you're crying about. Green pieces of paper with dead presidents. Are you telling me George, Franklin, and Ben, and Hamilton are worth all that? She's like, no. I said, well, then what's this about? And she's like, you're serious? Like, so she went from bereft to laughing, and I'm like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I said, so it's about the money, but it's not about the money, but at the end it'll be about the money. But what is it about? It was about her self-esteem. It was about who she saw herself as in the absence of a temporary paycheck.
Right.
So it's very real. The stress is real, but in the end, it's not about the money. It's about your mindset, your attitude, and your relationship or lack of relationship. The neat thing about money is it's very forgiving. So if you show up to it, you say you're sorry, you show it some love, give it some respect, and allow it to serve you, it comes back real quick.
So going back to your friend who lost her job, I mean, that is stressful.
It's very stressful, and she was unemployed for it was not a short period of time. And it was no fault of her own, but just her industry that she was in. It's just, it takes a long time. So I got these stories that I've shared with you. I said to her, first of all, the 4 things that we shared on the first program. I said, I don't care what you have, what money you have, and whatever. And she was a long-time graduate. I said, remember what I taught you? She's like, yes, success is my birthright. I said, that's right. Money has nothing to do with that. I said, you're not being present to it right now. I said, but your needs are always met. I said, do you have a roof over your head? Yes. Do you have food in the fridge? Yes. Are your lights on? Yeah. You got gas in your car? Yeah. We don't know if we're getting tomorrow. Stop. If tomorrow comes, there's something, more resources are coming. So breathe. And she was like, I literally had, I said, let's review the basics. You're successful. I'm sorry you're feeling so poorly about yourself, but you're measuring yourself by the wrong ruler. Our needs are always met, and your needs are met right now. Not all your wants are met, but that's a different story, but your needs are met. You're not homeless. You got, yeah, okay. At the end of the day, you got what you got. You don't got what you don't got. And that's all you got. She's like, okay, I remember that. And I said, I said to her, I said, we can deal with the feelings, and I know it's scary, and I know you got, and we're gonna do it. I said, we'll go get ice cream or whatever you need. I said, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. And it means nothing. And I said, what's the one thing I taught you about money? She goes, you can create it out of thin air. I said, that's right. I said, but do you have the mindset to do that? She goes, no. I said, okay. So why don't we just have some chunky monkey Ben and Jerry's? Let's go to do something fun.
Stay in the present moment.
Stay in the present moment, because and I do this. I literally do this with clients and prospects. I have them experience. I'm like, okay, what is it that you think that this job will give you? And she rattled off, and I'm like, okay, what would that give you? And she's like, peace of mind. So I can breathe. I said, okay. I said, why don't we try on peace of mind right now? She did, and I'm like, what do you see? She's like, I got a cool, is your husband still your husband? Yeah, and he's wonderful. And she was able to see, I said, is everything okay for now? She's like, yeah. I said, stay there. I said, if we get tomorrow, which I haven't gotten the memo that we are, I said, something will come. And she lived in that space, and shortly after, she did get work. And to her shock, it was like, Kim, even though I don't have everything I need, all the bills are getting paid, and money started to flow.
And she survived.
More than survived.
Right.
She thrived, and for her, and she's one of many, and I'm here living testimonial to this, is when you realize that your needs can still be met, even though money may not be as abundant as you would like, it sets you free. That's why we use the genie thing. Because if you can unlock your genie, you're free. And once you're free, you can have anything. So we'll end on this, something for your people to think about. If success is my birthright, and I can have anything I choose at any time just because if I'm asking and willing and prepared to receive it, what is there to want? What is there to worry about if everything can be mine just for the asking and the receiving of it?
It's awesome.
Okay? When people can come present to that, watch the money flow.
Magic happens.
Magic happens and money comes to you.
Well, I want to thank you so much for all this wonderful advice and sharing all your knowledge with us. So
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, wow. I hope you enjoy this series as much as I did. And thank you for joining us on Focus on Family today. I'm Cathy McCarthy. Until next time, live well.